I spent years chasing the wrong thing. What if I told you that everything you've been chasing isn't the thing that will bring you happiness? That the dream you're working toward might not be your dream at all? And what if, all along, the life you've been striving for was right in front of you, but you were just too focused on the wrong goal to see it? I spent years chasing the wrong thing, and when I finally realized it, it shook me to my core. For the longest time, I thought success was defined by the things you can show off to the world: status, money, a big house, the validation of others. I remember waking up every day with a feeling of emptiness. It wasn't a bad day. It wasn't a great day either. It was just the same. I had everything I thought I wanted: a decent job, a steady paycheck, a life that looked good on paper, but something inside me felt disconnected. I would scroll through social media, seeing others traveling, buying new things, celebrating milestones, and I thought, that's what happiness looks like, right? I'd set a goal, work toward it, and once I achieved it, I'd set another. But every time I reached one milestone, the emptiness lingered. It never quite went away. There was one day, a rainy Thursday, when it all came crashing down. I was sitting in my car, parked on the side of the road, just staring out at the world passing by. The rain tapped on the windows like a soft, steady rhythm, but I felt nothing. It wasn't sadness. It wasn't joy. It was this strange, hollow space inside of me, a space that had been there for far too long, yet I had never truly acknowledged. I looked around and realized something. The life I had been chasing wasn't mine. I had spent years running after an image of success that someone else had drawn for me, not a life I had created for myself. The pressure to keep up with others, the need to prove my worth to the world, it was all suffocating. But for the first time, I realized it didn't have to be this way. That was the moment things began to shift. It didn't happen overnight, but it started with small, quiet steps. I stopped measuring my life by what others thought of me. I stopped thinking that success was about accumulating more. I started questioning, what is success to me? What makes my heart feel full? I began to find peace in the simplest of things. A quiet morning with a cup of coffee, watching the sunrise and slowly filling the room with its soft light. A phone call with a friend that lasted hours, not because we had anything important to say, but just because it felt good to connect. I began to pay attention to what I was really passionate about, not what the world told me I should care about. As I reflected more, I realized something profound. True success isn't about what you gain, but what you let go of. I spent so many years chasing things that didn't matter, ignoring the things that truly brought me peace. I had been holding on to the wrong ideas, the wrong goals, and the wrong expectations. But when I finally started releasing them, I began to feel lighter. And not just lighter in a physical sense, but mentally, emotionally, freer. The more I let go, the more I gained clarity. I realized that happiness didn't need to be earned, that it wasn't something to chase. Happiness is in the moments, in the quiet, in the simplicity of life when you stop and allow yourself to experience it. It wasn't about running faster to get somewhere, but about being present in the now. This revelation didn't instantly transform my life, but it did transform my approach to life. I started saying no to the things that didn't serve me, the things that made me feel small or insignificant. I started saying yes to what made me feel whole, to the things that made me feel alive. It wasn't always easy. There were days when I doubted myself, days when I wondered if I was on the right path. But those moments of doubt were different now. They weren't the same paralyzing fears I used to feel. They were simply the growing pains of a life that was beginning to feel more aligned with who I truly was. And that's when I understood. The life you dream of doesn't have to be this far-off destination. It's already here, right now. It's in the breath you take, the choices you make, the way you show up in your life every day. I spent years chasing the wrong thing, but now I realized that what I was looking for was already inside of me. All I had to do was stop running, stop chasing, and start being. So if you feel like you're stuck, like you're running in circles without ever reaching where you want to go, take a step back. You might be closer than you think. Maybe it's not about chasing something. Maybe it's about letting go of what doesn't serve you and trusting that when the time is right, the path will become clear. You don't have to have it all figured out. Just start where you are. Take a deep breath and trust that you're on the right journey, even if you can't see the entire map yet. The life you've been looking for might already be happening. The question is, are you ready to see it?